You're watching Football Daily, and today we're looking at 10 pairs of players who hated each other. 10. Bowyer and Kieron Dyer. The Magpies were playing Aston Villa at St James's Park in 2005, and when Bowyer came short to Dyer asking for a pass, the England man refused. 5 minutes later, Bowyer asked for the ball again, only to see his teammate pass to someone else. According to Dyer, Bowyer said, "You never pass it to me," to which he responded, "The reason I don't pass to you is because you're shit." The feud even threatened to spill over into the changing room before Graham Souness threatened to end the pair of them. 9. Stefan Effenberg and Lothar Matthäus. At number 9, it's two giants of the German game. Though the tension between the Tiger and the Panther never boiled over on the pitch, it's well documented that they never really saw eye to eye. Effenberg gave Matthäus a shout-out in his 2003 autobiography, modestly titled "I Showed Them All," calling him a big mouth and a quitter. It also included a chapter entitled "What Lothar Matthäus Knows About Football," which consisted of a single blank page. Though the pair followed a very similar career path, it's clear to see that that's where their similarities ended. 8. Keane and Alfe-Inge Haaland. One of Keane's most notorious feuds was with Norwegian defender Alfe-Inge Haaland. Their conflict began in 1997, when Manchester United visited their arch-rivals Leeds. Keane went in for a particularly meaty challenge on Haaland that ended up injuring his ACL. As the Red Devils skipper lay in agony on the ground, Haaland taunted him, thinking Keane was feigning injury to avoid a booking. Keane's injury took a year to heal, and the next time the players met, the Irishman was out for revenge. His scything tackle earned him a red card, and Haaland retired 2 years later after a string of injuries. 7. John Terry and Wayne Bridge. Another great player with a nasty streak is Chelsea captain John Terry. In 2010, the press claimed that Terry had had an affair with Vanessa Peroncel, the ex-girlfriend of his former teammate Wayne Bridge. Peroncel, who was also the mother of Bridge's child, was dealing with the breakdown of her relationship when Terry, who clearly knows an opportunity when he sees one, decided to swoop in. The fallout dominated the back pages for weeks as Terry was stripped of the England captaincy, with Bridge refusing to shake hands when Manchester City played Chelsea shortly afterward. 6. Didier Zokora and Emre. The Ivory Coast's most capped player ever, Didier Zokora featured for Spurs and Sevilla before arriving at Trabzonspor in Turkey. But his time in the Super League was tainted by a clash with Fenerbahce's Emre Belözoğlu in 2012. Zokora claimed that Emre had racially abused him and unsurprisingly responded with violent challenges on the Turkish midfielder. Emre had a track record in this area too, having previously been investigated for alleged racial insults 3 times during his spell at Newcastle. The offence was serious enough to warrant a criminal investigation, and in 2014 Emre was sentenced to a 2.5-month suspended prison sentence for hate speech. 5. Teddy Sherringham and Andy Cole. Sheringham and Cole shared the pitch for a combined 4,581 minutes whilst at Manchester United, scoring 54 goals in the process. That equates to a goal every 84 minutes. Pretty impressive considering the pair despised each other. Cole has said the animosity began in 1995 when he was substituted on for Sheringham during international duty. It was a young Cole's debut, and the wide-eyed striker was completely blanked by his senior as they traded places. Cole is clearly still feeling the snub, as he told the Daily Mirror as late as 2010 that he detests his former teammate. For the sheer longevity of this hatred, it makes number 5 on our list. 4. Keane and Patrice Vieira. Though they share a mutual respect now, these icons of the English game provided one of the most enduring and compelling rivalries in Premier League history. The incident that really brought the rivalry into the public eye was the infamous tunnel bust-up at Highbury in 2005, when Keane accused Vieira of trying to intimidate right-back Gary Neville. Incensed by this, Keane confronted Vieira, and the ensuing verbal battle is now part of Premier League folklore. 3. Suarez and Patrice Evra. Suarez and former Manchester United captain Patrice Evra first came to blows in 2011, when Evra accused the Uruguayan of using racist language during a Liverpool-Man United match. Suarez was found guilty of misconduct and banned for 8 games, and the following game in 2012 continued the beef, as Suarez looked to have snubbed Evra during the pre-match handshake, though he since claimed that the France international withdrew his hand first. United won the game 2-1, and Evra madly gesticulated to the fans at the final whistle, while Suarez was ushered down the tunnel by security. The affair came to a close 2 years later, when the pair finally shook hands the second time round. 2. Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Rafael van der Vaart. These former Ajax teammates first came to blows in an international friendly, note the irony, in 2004, when Zlatan was desperate to exact revenge on Van der Vaart's Haaland, who had beaten Sweden earlier that year. A questionable tackle from a pumped-up Zlatan forced Van der Vaart off after 5 minutes, and back at Ajax Ronald Koeman called an emergency meeting, which ended with Ibra telling his club captain, "If you accuse me again, I'll break both of your legs." 8 years later, at Euro 2012, Van der Vaart was filmed smashing golf balls at a picture of Zlatan's face. Talk about holding a grudge. 1. Mauro Icardi and Maxi Lopez. Argentinian forwards Mauro Icardi and Maxi Lopez started out as friends and played together at Sampdoria, but Lopez's marriage fell apart in 2013 when it was revealed that Icardi had had an affair with his wife, Argentinian celebrity Wanda Nara. Icardi ended up marrying Nara after the divorce came through, and when his new team, Inter, played Sampdoria, Lopez refused to shake his hand. The press christened the match the Wanda Derby, and the story has only got weirder since then, as Icardi sacked his agent of 10 years and replaced him with Nara, and he's even got a tattoo of Maxi Lopez's kids on his arm.
So those are the players that hate each other, but what about players that love each other? Check out our top 10 football bromances, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.